it's my pleasure to be here today. I'd like to thank my colleagues from Unifesp for having us here and for this collaboration in organizing this meeting. I'm very glad we can have the chance to do things together, and I hope we can keep doing it in the near future. I'd like to especially thank Osmany for this organization, and I'd like to tell you something that came to my mind when I was coming through here this morning. The first time that Osmany told me, oh, I'd like to organize an international meeting with people from all over the world, and let's do it. That happened last year. So I thought, wow, this young guy, he's so enthusiastic. Let's see what he can do. And he delivered. So this year, he delivered so well that we're here in a huge place because we cannot have the seminar at CEBRAP anymore. We became too small for Osmany network. So I'm very glad to say that I was very skeptical in the very beginning, but I'm very glad that we did this bet and that Osmany is here today, and all of you could come to join us in this discussion. So I'd like to shortly present to you CEBRAP, my institution. As Osmany said, CEBRAP is an interdisciplinary research center. We have people from almost all social sciences and humanities, but economics, because they make more money in the market, so they do not stay longer in the scientific research with us. But we have been studying how societies work, how they change, and besides that, CEBRAP have been working beside research in two other areas. We have been participating in the public debate since our very beginning, and we have, for instance, we have a month seminar with Folha de São Paulo, the main newspaper in the country, to discuss public issues. And we also have a journal, a social science journal, that is more concerned to diffuse scientific production. And beside that, we have regular seminars to discuss all the issues we have been investigating in. And we also invite people from present their works there. So I'd like to invite all of you that are visiting us for the first time now to come to CEBRAP at a certain point to discuss your own work with more time than a conference like that would allow you to do. And so besides that, I'd like to be very brief, because I know you are here not to discuss institutions, but the discussion just issue that the seminar is organized around, the diffusion. So I'd like to just put together two words about that, talking again about our Brazilian situation, to put it in one sentence. We are living here in a huge crisis that can be considered in terms of diffusion as well, because as you know, we have been seeing the right wing growing and growing in many countries in the world. We have been demonstrations growing in many different places. So we have crisis around corruption issues. We have impeachment process going on, not just in Brazil. So that's something that you should consider from the point of view of the social science, the people discussing here, because it seems to be a kind of phenomena that's not specific, although of course it has specific features. It's not. It has been occurring in many different places. For instance, just the way that the right-wing social movements have been growing in here is something new for us, but we can see similar things happening in France, for instance, and in other countries all over the world. This situation is very compelling for CEBRAP because we are going to have our anniversary of half century next year. We are old for Brazilian standards, again, an old research center, and we were created in a political situation that shares some of the features we have in this conjuncture right now. CEBRAP started during the dictatorship when we had a political crisis that entered the universities, divided the scientists, and put us in a place that we could just survive and resist doing investigation outside the university. I hope, and it's my deep hope, that we do not face that again in Brazil, but it's a hard time to be a scientist. It's the hardest time to be a social scientist in Brazil because our conjuncture is totally unpredictable. So in that way, it's not a good time to you to be here, but as a social scientist that you are, it's probably the best time to be here because we can see how a crisis is going on. And besides having good restaurants, good museums, and other things that you can sightsee around here in São Paulo is also the national hub of knowledge production, and probably one or the most important in Latin America. So you are going to face the traffic, but I'm sure we are going to have a wonderful discussion here during those days. Thank you.